any survivors today besides the four of us?
Don't worry. Silas and the others survived. We'll rendezvous with them in Canyon Falls.
You're awake? Amazing. You were practically dead when we found you. I'm still not sure what happened to you. Some of the other soldiers swear they saw you falling from the sky.
Uh-oh. We just entered Black Skull territory. Stay low. I hear they started collecting old military hardware. Sounds like they're planning a raid.
Lately, the skulls have been a bigger menace than the invincible.
They've been terrorizing the locals for months. If you're going to help us out, you better take his armor. He won't be needing it anymore. By the way, you got a name?
Our research has revealed the optimal form for the occupation of this land. He shall perform and learn their ways.
I will watch over you, my queen.
Well, this guy's name was Locke. I guess you're taking his armor and his name for now.
Ah, Canyon Falls. Home sweet home.
Skulls to here.
Hey, Locke, looks like we could use your help. Get out there and find Silas. He's the guy wearing maroon armor. Take this Galant pistol. You'll be needing it.
What's up, guys? Sparky42. This is Mission 2 called the Desert Outpost. Now, one of the things I tend to do first, I go to this corner here. And there's a Wolf Auto pistol that I tend to pick up first. And there's some bullets and there's a health pack. You need it, but we're not going to focus on that right now. Now, once you do that, you could go talk to Silas.
Yes, I'm Silas. Could certainly use another resistance fighter. But some, hopefully, I can. Now, if you had a cyclone, that would be a completely different story. Duro, know this guy where the train station is.
Fine. Come on, Cal. Let's get going.
Now, throughout the course of this, I am going to do all these question marks. You don't necessarily have to, but I'm doing it just because.
This war is hopeless. We lost at least 100 men today. And it would have been more if Commander Bernard hadn't pulled our butts out of the fire.
Do you realize it's been 6 years since the Expeditionary Force's last assault on Reflex Point? I'm starting to think the fleet will never return. What's the point of all this fighting?
Freedom! I'd rather die than end up in one of those Indian slave camps. Or worse yet, in one of those hives. I don't even want to think about what goes on in those places.
If you stay within the walls of the city, you should be safe, as long as Silas is here to protect us. Stray too far, though, you're likely to run into the skulls, or even worse, the Invid.
Edward, you know better than that. There are bandits all around the train station. Come on, I can sneak past them. I've done it before. What? You went out there without my permission? Yeah, but only a few times. I just wanted to see what was in there. There's a cyclone in the train station, Ma. I don't care what's out there, Edward. We aren't going back there again. Aw, but it's so cool.
Let me fill you in on how things work around here. You can carry 2 weapons, one of which has to be the Galant.
Now, throughout the course of this is mostly just going to be mostly on foot throughout the course of the game. So I just want to make sure that gets thrown real quick.
To change between the Galant and your alternate weapon, press the switch weapon button. If you find a new weapon you want, just hold the action button while standing near it.
So one of the first things I do is I'm going to let Arturo talk first.
Oh, and you can reload manually with the reload button if you want, but your weapon will automatically reload if you try to fire when the clip's empty.
One of the first things I tend to do, if you figure this out already, you you press the right analog stick to zoom, and I go for this guy first up top. Because if you're not paying attention, he will probably do all the damage that is going to happen right to you. And then you can get this guy that is going to go back and forth, like from this direction to this direction. If you time it perfectly, you'll take him down, and then you can move forward.
Alright, here we are. Let's get in there and find you some wheels.
And then there's only just 2 enemies to worry about. So, which is this here. And then there is one inside here. I try just to punch because it does help a little bit, help with the saving bullets. There are some protocols here. I recommend picking those up, and the health pack if you do take some damage, which you probably will. And we'll go ahead and pick up the cyclone.
Gentlemen, we just got word. The Invid are attacking Farthing. Get over there and help those people.
Hey you, Locke. Your waypoint indicator should be pointing toward Farthing. Head there right away. Tap the transformation button to toggle between armor mode and rider mode.
Since it's going to give me an instruction that we could change it, I am not going to do that for most of the time when there's enemies around. But what we are going to do, however, is we're going to take them out in the best way we can, or all the enemies, before we move up. Now, if you could see it from this distance down here, there is one up there as well. There's 2 enemies right on this ridge here. So I did get the one that was up here right in the middle. Now, you might want to get this guy as well. So if you could see it, I recommend go ahead, take your shot. So, and then all is just left is like these guys on the bottom. So that is, so now that's taken care of. So, and then now if you do want to try like to get a move on, go ahead and hit the cyclone just to move on. Now, some of these, if you want to advance, their night vision will be very useful here. So, but I'm gonna try not to do it on this mission alone. They will be useful in the next one. But what I am gonna use the night vision only for this part. As soon as the checkpoint, as soon as you do move up to a certain line after you pass a checkpoint, 2 guys will basically spawn in, which is the bandits. So that is done. And there's a multiplayer pack skin and some more bullets and stuff over there, but I am going to skip that for now. What we are going to do is we're going to move along. We're going to go into this section, and then we got these guys. I'm going to go ahead maybe do a couple rockets, maybe at least 3 to get the first guy, and then we'll just handle these guys with a Wolf Auto pistol. There's really nothing major to this. And these guys are pretty easy to take down, so as long as you don't. Anyways, I was going to say here, those Invid scout flies, they're pretty easy to take down. They have like a little bit of a cool-off thing of their own, so that is the only thing I was going to say, but that's okay. And ran out of time in terms of words, but here we are. We're going to the next section here. Now, for this one, if you want to advance, I recommend do putting on the night vision on, because the 3 guys will basically spawn here. So I suggest you just stand right there, don't move, and then you turn this way, maybe slowly, and then there will be that guy sitting right there, right in the corner, which is right here where I'm standing. So.
Toss them by tapping the grenade button. If you hold the button down, you'll set the fuse early, and the grenade will blow up faster after you throw it. Watch out, though. If you cook the grenade for too long, it'll blow up in your face.
I do recommend picking those up, and I also recommend try to save those for later. One that will probably like at the end of this section, once we're done over here, and then one will try probably save right at the end. So those 2 were quick and easy. It's just all on the timing right there. So now there is a guy that is inside here. I do the melee because it's helpful and quick and easy. And it can help save enough bullets if you can. There's also more bullets in here. And there's a health pack. Apparently I must have got damaged, but I didn't even see anything, but that's okay. Now watch what I'm going to do right here. You see this guy that is like over there in this corner? You can't see it, but looking where I'm pointing at, there is that one guy that is sitting right over there in that corner up there. So here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to jump up here. Find a spot. There we go. I'm going to jump up here, get on this, and I'm just going to basically just walk my way towards it. So not only that you decide not to use the cyclone, you can end up falling off easily, but you will still get your shield and you'll be fine on health. So, and then one of the things you just have to try to do is try to time this. So timing this can be a little bit difficult. And there you go, and you can just finish them off there. We also got 2 grenades at the end of it, so that is a good sign, and they might probably be useful since we got 4 grenades. So what I do recommend doing, if you got enough grenades, I throw one in the middle, and that'll wipe these 2 out quick in a hurry. So that is easy. Now this next one, I might miss unless I get it. You can throw a grenade right down there unless you can time it, but I am not going to do that for this one. I am going to save my second grenade for later. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take the fight and just go ahead, just take it. I would try to get this one to just focus on you instead of Sam, which I saw right there. And that one got me a little worried right there.
Lock, this is Silas. The tunnel to Old Farthing is clear. It's time to take out that hive. We need you and Sam here now.
You go on ahead. Tell Silas I'm gonna be late. This proto-culture won't carry itself, you know.
You do gotta be careful, like, when that happens, because what it does, if it dies, then it will probably set as a failure and you have to restart the checkpoint.
If you tap the jump button while you're in the air, your cyclone will give you a little extra boost.
So I suggest you try to get that big one to focus on you instead of Sam, so it can help a little bit more time. There is a lot of protoculture stuff, so I do recommend grabbing as much protoculture units as much as possible. So now the next thing, since I saved a grenade, we are going to chuck one and get those two up front, and then we can deal the last one by ourselves. Since that was completely poor aim, but we cleaned that up with a melee. So now we have 2 grenades that we could save. So I moved up, so I decided to use the cyclone a little bit, and there are 3 guys. There's going to be one on, not one in the middle, other than just the one in the middle. There's one on the right, and there's one on the left. So they'll probably come towards in a direction that I'm going to be, or they'll probably just come over at once. So then we'll just take them out easily. If there it is. Now we can move on. Now 2 more guys will respawn here. There's one right in front of you, and there's one on a corner. So if you got already a shield, wait till it gets back up, and then you can go for the charge.
Destroy that thing. I've already watched too many friends die. I'm not going on another suicide mission.
Sandstorm mines are cursed. We all used to work down there until we unearthed something. Something unnatural. It was a ship. Inside we found the most unusual flowers. Even in the dark, you could see them glowing. Then the English wanted the flowers and they killed them. Now they patrol the mines pretty regularly. Stay away from them.
I swear, Jose, I'm not lying.
No one has ever escaped from one of their hives.
No, I tell you, man, it really happened. Right out of the blue, he came rolling down. Wow, such a thud.
You gotta stop sniffing that glue, my friend. It's starting to mess with your mind. El Loco, you know what I'm saying?
Whoever has it at the Admiral will return us. He'll kick the alien scum back to wherever they came from. Just hope it's not too late.
That hive is a constant reminder
tell you to meet him in Old Plaza, just follow the sewer pipe as far as it goes. That'll put you where you need to be.
Now, if this does become too dark, night vision is the best thing to happen, but I could see clearly, not only because there is some light, like some of these, like under here, at least it's a little bit more clearer that I can just probably see, and there's some lights right here too. You'll probably run into, there's only 2 invid scout flies that will come through out of these windows, so they're just quick and easy, so I do just take them out. So, and be ready to have your gallant ready, like in the next minute, because that's what probably going to be used for this next section.
Is it official, honey?
I think so.
When do you leave?
Any day now.
We don't have much time then.
There's nothing I can do. It's my duty.
That doesn't make it right.
So once the flashback is done, I take out my gallant and go ahead, get these guys your attention. And it's actually, you can actually shoot this pretty far away if you get it correctly, so. Now, to move on, I do try to use a little bit of mix of riding and fighting. So I didn't use the rockets for like any majority of this, but I only use the cyclone to move, and only when the enemies are clear. So keep that in mind while you're going through this mission. Now a couple more scout flies will come in, so make sure you be aware to know what's coming on the left side before you move up, or you accidentally got some of your health down if you were using a cyclone. There you go, he is down and we're ready to move on. So this maybe section right here was almost stupid in my part, because I had a flyer right behind me, and there was a big guy in front of me. Also, when the checkpoint happened, but luckily I did manage to change quickly enough in time, and the health for Silas didn't start there, so he is invincible for the time being until you start escorting. So I recommend taking everybody out before you start escorting. Or I could be wrong about the health. So he did took a little bit of damage, but I don't think that's much of a big deal. So I just recommend make sure get these guys quick before they try to do any damage. So one thing I try to pay attention to when you're doing this is pay attention to Silas' health. And once you see it does take some damage, check to see who is firing at him and make sure that you try to get rid of it quick before it tries to get rid of it. So it can be a little bit of a tough task, but I know that can be easily be done. Now, like, here comes 3 more flyers that come in the way, and we were actually shooting the one that it was shooting Silas with, so. And one thing always to make sure when you have like 3 or 4 guys getting at you is make sure you move around. And I was almost not paying attention there. Always make sure to move around so you don't lose any health. And make sure you always check for his health if he's taking damage. So there will be a big guy up front. Plus, there's also a flyer or 2 that is going to be coming right behind. So it probably will show up like a little bit after. But apparently that they despawn. But one thing you need to pay attention is to make sure you turn around. There will be 3 more flyers coming from behind if you're not paying attention. So I recommend you turn right, turn around, and look at that old structured building behind you and be ready to go take one of them out quick. So they're going to help a little bit more time, and then they can help. And here we are. We're looking at one of these stealths of one of these hives. As we take a look at this here. Anyways, now for Silas to move, there will be 2 big guys to respawn with so much of these scout guys coming in. So one thing I recommend try to do is try to get rid of these guys quickly as possible, as I'm taking a lot of damage here, and that is not good when that happens. And make sure like they don't try to take a shot at Silas. Only try to get the big guy to focus on you, so then while that is happening you can try to take these guys out. So, and always to make sure to check who is firing at Silas. This can be tricky. If you do want to skip this, you can just take out the 2 big guys and see and try to give Silas as much cover as possible. But I'm going to do the hard way and the long way, just to try to get these guys to focus on me real quick, and then see if we can try to get rid of these flyers, because they'll easily mess up your rhythm if you're not paying attention. Alright, that's one big guy. Now we just have 1 more. And you managed to pick up all the rest of the pieces of those invit flies. Now I think we'll probably just have the big guy left, unless another one does respawn. And there you go. So Silas will make his move, pick up the protoculture ammo, and just wait. And then there you go. Now some of this can be a little bit risky. There will probably be like 2 flyers. You don't necessarily have to get rid of them, but I'm only going to get rid of the first one, because that's going to be the one that's probably going to shoot me until it disappears. So I pay attention to your radar, make sure it's not following you, and just drive away.
say they were leaving?
What are we gonna do? Without the resistance fighters to protect us, the skulls will run wild.
I guess we've got to start protecting ourselves. With the hive destroyed, I'm feeling a lot more confident. Count me in.
Let me at it.
Me too.
It's settled then. From this day forward, we'll be known as the Farthing Anti-Invid.
Wait, our group is called Dale?
Don't ruin the moment, dude. Who's with me?
Oh, the ironic way of making a joke. Anyways, we're gonna just move on and not worry about it. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in here and pick this up because I mean, might as well. So, and I decided not to go in this direction for the first time, so I might as well do it now. So, yeah, that was one of the skin packs, but multiplayer is not available anymore. But that's okay. There's just more ammo that I do recommend picking up, because picking up more ammo is the best thing. Now, as soon as you do go into the corner, two guys will come at this tunnel as they respawn, and they'll be charging towards you until they cross a certain line. So just try to be patient with your shots, because sometimes the aiming can be sometimes a little wonky. So I suggest move on. I do the cyclone, and I go to this corner here. So, because there is one guy like here on the bottom here in the ground, and there is one that is up top here, with one that is right over here that I managed to get. So if you could see their shots, you could probably know where they are, and you can take your shot to take them out. So, and that is exactly what I did, and it was pretty well patient and efficient. So, and there is one more guy that is up top here. So that's one you should never forget, and I do recommend taking him out before you move on to the next section. So there are a few options. We're just gonna do the old classic punch, and then once that is all cleared, you can just move on to the next section, and you'll end up being Guppy for the first time.
I'm Guppy. No cracks bubbling. So, the old man sent you, huh? Yeah, I can fix your cyclone real good. Turbo boosters are my specialty. Only problem is, my tools were stolen by the skulls. Those bullies. He's probably using them right now in his hideout. You better not scratch them up. Anywho, if you can get my tools back, I'll have your cyclone up to speed in no time.
Where is Edward run off to? I hope he hasn't gotten himself into trouble.
Nonsense. We didn't raise no sissy boy. He can take care of himself.
The bandits have been getting more and more aggressive. What if they abducted him?
What would they want with the child anyway? We have no money, so there's no chance of a ransom.
Yes, but your cousin in Granite City is loaded. What if they know about his secret protoculture stash?
We'll take our chances. Edward's run off before, you know. Give it time. He'll get hungry soon.
Yeah, the bandits. They're just around the bend of this canyon. I've been thinking of joining their group. Life of crime has to be more fun than life in this dump. If you see their leader, tell them I'm interested in joining. I'm a practiced pickpocket, dabble in arson. Let them know, okay?
So as soon as you get over and cross a couple steps or two, there will be two guys that will respawn. They're both on the ground. And then there will be two more, but you have to pay attention up top, because that's where the two is going to be. So I recommend moving up slowly and taking out one at a time here. So there is one there, and then there's another one up top here. So quick and easy. And then you have the option to cyclone up here if you want, but I'm just going to walk just because sometimes you never know when something is going to pop up. And there it is. Speaking of the devil, two guys are going in the same direction that you are. So sometimes aim can be messy. So I tried to zoom in there, but it was a failure, so I got off, and it was a little bit better right there. So get them out quick before they stop. And there's one guy will respawn right next to that rock. So I suggest you melee punch that guy. Now this next section here can be tricky a little bit at times, because there is a lot of guys in this section. So this is one of their bases. So one of the best things I use to do for strategy is this section of the bridge, is that they will walk right through here, which here you watch, like you can watch one of these guys come down, and this guy fell. I think he's invincible, which I find it weird. And then here's one of the first ones. You could use this bridge to help get rid of these guys one by one. And it can help with your aim if you do it like if they're in a straight line. So that is another big advantage that you have here. I'm looking at my radar. Here comes another one. And easily done. And here comes maybe one more or two. We don't know yet. And that was the last one. So there you go. So once that's done, you can move up. The only thing, there are only two enemies left, and they're like hiding on the corners each. So that's the first one is hiding right over here in this section. If you save a grenade, I recommend throw one there, and then it could take out both of them, or it could wipe out one of them. So, and then after that, just pick up the tools and then just scroll through the rest of the mission and done. And then in terms of everything else, you have defeated all the enemies on this mission. So that is it for with a different strategy, what I do right here for in terms of walkthrough of this mission. I'm just going to go ahead and finish this mission, and then we'll see you next time for my other set of commentary, the how to do the next mission. The Greystone, I think what it is, a little bit better. So thank you for listening to my commentary, and please enjoy this video throughout the rest of this mission.
And we'll get going. Just go back to ground level and head north across the bridge. You can't miss it. Once we're over the gorge, it's clear sailing all the way to Greystone. Now that I've upgraded your ride, you can pop it into overdrive by double tapping the gas button.
Goodbye.
This is not the end. I promise.
Stay safe. Don't make me come after you.
Don't worry, Tasha. I will see you again.
Guppy just raced up the tunnel to the surface. You better hurry if you plan on catching her.
Thanks to your help, we managed to retake the train station. No worries, it's in good hands now.
You'll need to make the jump over Canyon Falls if you want to head further north.
I believe Guppy was headed for the oil derricks just east of here. You can see them in the distance.